in regulation time. Make it 18 as we'll assemble for a face-off in the London zone.
Well, the Windsor Spitfires get their signals crossed at the bench as Kyle Knechtel makes his way to the bench as Brandon Prust is breaking out with the puck over the blue line. Prust misses the net. The next rush up the play, the Spitfires have pulled their goaltender and remain that way.
In front of the net, they bang away at it. McFarland had a chance back to the line. Gianardo with a shot. That one's ripped towards the net, but hit a boot in front. Just a couple of seconds left to go here in regulation time, and the London Knights will lead this series 2-0, heading back to Windsor for Game 3 on Sunday night.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Pollinating Purpose is a show about supporting organizations who seek to have impact in the work that they do. Whether nonprofit, for-profit, or grassroots organization, you'll learn key considerations to starting or growing your social purpose business with longevity and sustainability in mind. Along the way, you'll also hear stories from folks who are doing similar work in their community and hearing from leaders in their field on how to best approach this work.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the 2024 Ontario Summer Games. We are live here at Labatt Memorial Park for the gold medal match in the women's gold medal match for baseball here. My name is Jeremy McGrady. Alongside me is Chris Soares. And Chris, an exciting matchup here today. Two powerful teams looking to win a gold medal here at the Summer Games.
Yeah, Toronto versus York Simcoe here. Toronto coming in undefeated, including a 2013 semifinal win over Forest. And York Simcoe 2-1 in the round robin, a 13-8 win in the semifinal. Beautiful day for a game at the ballpark in downtown London. 147th year for Labatt Memorial Park. It opened in 1877, so a lot of memories here.
Yeah, certainly lots of history here at this ballpark. Of course, it is the home of the London Majors of the Inter-County Baseball League, but this weekend the Summer Games have taken over the ball diamond in tremendous shape. Looks like we're going to have a beautiful day for baseball here, coming up with this women's gold medal game, and then later on tonight for the men's gold medal match as well.
Yeah, a doubleheader here on Rogers TV tonight on your Sunday, part of your Civic Holiday weekend. So thanks for joining us tonight, Jeremy, and going over the ground rules. I believe York Simcoe will actually be home team in this particular final.
Yes, and we'll take a look at the batting order for this Toronto team. And noticing it's starting off with the catcher in Elena Blumis, and Chris, take us down the rest of the order.
Yeah, so it's going to be Blumis leading off from the catcher's position, then batting second will be the shortstop, Vivian Bach. Batting third, the pitcher, Victoria Curl. In the cleanup spot will be the center fielder, Alicia Iannarella. Batting fifth will be the first baseman, Ava Mendez. In right field, Sarah Smolin. Third base, Veronica Macedo. Left field, Madeline Conforzi. And second base, batting ninth will be Ava Zachariah, my apologies.
And yes, and then we'll take a look at the defense for this York Simcoe team. Again, out in the outfield, you've got Maddie Conforzi alongside Alessia. Or actually, that was the wrong one. We'll put the correct graphic up for the defensive side of things for this York Simcoe team. We'll get it up here in just a minute, but these two teams, like you mentioned, Toronto undefeated, but going to be the visitors here in this gold medal match.
Yeah, winner games of 12-3, 21-3, and 21-1 in the round robin, and as mentioned, 20-13 over Forest in the semifinal. They actually played. This is a matchup of the round robin. If I'm reading the stats correctly, they beat YSBA 21-3 in the round robin. So hopefully. For YSBA, it's a lot closer matchup this time around.
And now we'll take a look at the defense for this YSBA team. You got Ariel Roy out in the left with Rachel Lemire in center field, and Lena Ernst is going to be in right field. And then in the middle of the infield, you got Savannah Perry over at third base, Parley McKinney at the shortstop position. Abigail Vieira is second base, and Maya Bondi is at first. And then Jaden Sagert is going to be the pitcher, and Logan Wells going to be her battery mate behind the dish for this YSBA team. Now, obviously, that 21-3 score, not what YSBA wants, and we'll see if they can try to rebound and try to get themselves a gold medal over this Toronto team here this afternoon.
Yeah, YSBA winners of an 18-3 matchup and a 14-2 matchup in round robin. As mentioned, the 21-3 loss to Toronto, and then 13-8 in the semifinal. So well-deserved to be here in the final as well, and looking for a little bit of payback against Toronto this afternoon.
And just to go over a couple of rules here in this OBA, Ontario Baseball Association, they play under OBA rules in which if a team is over 18 runs after 3 innings of play, it's mercy, the game is over. Same, it's 15 after 5 and then 10 after 7. So these two teams know how the mercy rule works, so we'll see which team tries to take advantage of that, or we get the full game in here this afternoon.
So the mercy rule, Jeremy, just qualifies after 3 innings. There's not a different margin after 5?
No, if it is 18, there is a difference. It's 10 after 5 innings, and then 15 after, and then it's just a 10 after 5, and then just the 18 runs after 3 innings of play. So we saw earlier on here at Labatt Park in the bronze medal match for this women's group, we saw that happen where the home team scored the 18 runs. They actually put up a 15 spot in the first inning, which resulted in the mercy after 3 innings of play. So these two teams wanting to try to maybe get a full game in, or if you're a team like Toronto who has run the gauntlet, try to get things over in a hurry.
That's tough too, because is there not a pitch count rule here at this level?
There is as well, yes. So the women they are only allowed to throw a certain amount of pitches as per their age. So they're basically allowed to throw, with them being 16 and under, their pitch limit is roughly around 50 to 60 pitches, and then that is it, and then they had to bring in a new arm. And they have to have so many days of rest as well at their age group. So it is roughly 3 days of rest, so each pitcher has to kind of be saved per day, and so we'll see how these two teams have saved their best arms, hopefully for last here in this gold medal match.
Yeah, still doing ground rules at home plate here at Labatt Memorial Park, and as mentioned, the first of 2 games in a row we have for you here on Rogers TV. First one being the U16 gold medal, and I hear, you correct me if I'm wrong, I think 3,800 athletes total at the games here in the city of London. I know they were using a lot of venues in the city, but some other venues outside the city. I know the sailing competition was done at Port Stanley. There was a couple other locations I can't remember, but I think close to 4,000 athletes, which is fantastic.
Yeah, the Ontario Summer Games always puts on a fantastic event. Like you mentioned, the 3,800 athletes, they were all in attendance this past Thursday up at Western University where they held the opening ceremonies. Rogers TV was fortunate enough to carry the opening ceremonies, and it was a great event overall, as now both teams are coming onto the field to get ready for starting lineups and the national anthems.
That's all.
We'll be right back. Match. You're watching Rogers TV.
Think before you say it. Don't wind up like me. Imprisoned by your tongue. Doing 1 to 3. You got.
Hi everyone, my name's Emily Febri. I'm also known as Ranger M. I'm an environmental communicator and educator, and I get to talk to a lot of different people about all things nature and conservation. I love to knowledge share, and that's what I want to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
These days at your local Legion, we're marching to the beat of a different drum. On a mission to support veterans, to have fun, and to welcome everyone to our ranks. You don't have to be a veteran to join the Legion. And as a member, you'll join thousands of others serving our veterans, our communities, and our country. Oh yeah, and our Member Perks program will save you thousands on shopping, dining, products, and services across the country. Join us at legion.ca.
Ontario Summer Games here at Labatt Memorial Park. The gold medal match for the 16U Girls Championship between Toronto and YSBA. Looking at the starting pitcher for this YSBA team in Jaden Sargent. She's just finishing up her warm-ups, and then we will be all set here for the first pitch here in this gold medal match. In case you're just joining us, this YSBA team comes in. They finished round robin with a 2-1 record, and then obviously getting themselves advanced here to this gold medal match. And then this Toronto team, Chris, went through the gauntlet undefeated in their round robin play, putting up big offensive numbers.
Yeah, which makes sense that Toronto's in the field because the scoreboard has Toronto on the top line, which would indicate the visitors, but Toronto will be the home team and taking the field first.
What I know. So YSBA wearing the white, they are indeed the home team. Toronto wearing the blues, they will be first up to bat. And so we're about to get underway here with the first pitch of the game. And a first pitch strike in there, and we are underway from Labatt Park. Pitcher comes set in to throw in, the off speed's in there for another strike, quickly 0-2. Quickly working here on Elena Blumas. Batting on the right side to throw in. Just misses upstairs. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ball misses in the dirt, now 2-2.
Yeah, my apologies, folks. The Toronto team is the visiting team with YSBA taking the field. He's a little confused with my own card here.
And the strikeout is recorded there, so a good first play of the game for this YSBA team. Already 1 out here in this top half of the first. And now that'll bring up Vivian Bach, now the shortstop here for Toronto. Batting from the right-hand side. As Sager delivers in, now 1-0. Sager comes set and delivers. Almost a check, and they check the first base umpire. He says no, so now 2-0.
Sandra, the nice name. The highlight of the first inning.
Deep breath. Sager comes set. 2-0. throws the curveball. That finds the middle of the zone for a strike.
Yeah, that curveball's working well early for her, coming in from the left side too to her righty, but that curveball's working good early.
So here comes the 2-1. Again with the off-speed. That one's hit on the ground to the shortstop. Going to be a close play. Going to the first base stand. It's in there in time to get the out. Nice play from the shortstop there to record the second out of the inning.
Yeah, good job by Maya Bondi as well, scooping that a little bit out of the dirt at the first base bag to record the second out. Good job by the first baseman there.
First pitch in to Victoria Currow, misses for a ball, 1-0.
The pitcher versus pitcher here. Victoria will get the start on the mound for Toronto.
The 1-0 finds the strike zone now, 1-1. I was able to watch Victoria warm up for the game, and she too has a good curveball as well, some good spin on it. As the 1-1 misses high, now 2 balls and 1 strike.
Come on, Jay, let me do it. Gotta be yours.
Sager takes a moment, winds and fires. Finds the top of the zone, now 2-2.
That's borderline right there for me. That caught just inside the roof of that umpire strike zone for sure. That looked a little high, but the umpire liked it, obviously.
And now the 2-2. In the air, center field, a little pretty deep back there, and it's caught by the right fielder. And that's a quick 3 up, 3 down, just what you want if you're this YSBA club.
Yeah, and not what you want if you're Toronto, getting 3 up, 3 down, and quickly having to take the field. But a good answer by, good statement in the top half of the opening inning by YSBA.
Indeed, a good start for that YSBA team, and now they will have their turn to go onto the offensive side and get the bats going. And now for Toronto, they will try to defend here in this bottom half of the first inning. Here at Labatt Memorial Park for this 2024 Summer Games gold medal match here for the 16U girls division. And as we've previously mentioned, at 7 o'clock we have the boys gold medal match at 7 o'clock right here on Rogers TV. So double header for you coming from Labatt Park, and now Toronto takes the field. And so as the Toronto team takes their fielding practice before we get started here in this bottom half of the first, we will take a look at the batting order for this YSBA team.
Yeah, so leading off will be the third baseman, Savannah Perry. Second, the catcher, Logan Wells. Parley McKinley at short, batting third. The cleanup will be the pitcher. We just saw Jaden on the mound. She'll be batting cleanup. Rachel Lemire at center field, batting fifth. Sixth is Abigail Vieira at second. The right fielder, Elena Ernst. Then the left fielder, Ariel Roy. And the first baseman, Maya Bondi.
And so just to remember, there's actually 10 batters. Our lineup only shows you 9, but we'll take a look at the defense for this Toronto team. You've got Maddie Conforzi in left with Alessia Iannarella in center field. Sarah Simone is out in right field. And then if we look at the inside portion of the infield, we've got Veronica Macedo at third base, Vivian Bach at short with Ava Zachariah at second base, and Ava Mendezi is over at first, and doing the catching will be Elena Blumis, and as we previously mentioned, Victoria Currow is on the mound for this Toronto team.
And that 10th batter in the YSBA lineup will be Kara Brown, listed as the EP, which is the, say that again for me, Jeremy, the EP is extra player, is that correct?
Correct, extra player. So each team here is allowed to have one extra player. Now, most times they end up calling them extra hitters, but in this case, they are being called an extra player. And so they are into the game as a extra batter and allowed to go play anywhere defensively as well into the game. And so we'll look forward to that here as the throw down to second is a little wide, and now stepping up to the plate will be Savannah Perry.
Yeah, good opportunity here to finish off a good opening inning. You got 3 up, 3 down in the top half in the field. You want to get up on Toronto early. Not very successful against Toronto in the round robin. Trying to make a statement here in the bottom half.
And so Curl comes set. And she throws, and the first pitch is foul tipped into the catcher's glove. Quickly 0-1.
Yeah, Perry obviously looking aggressive at the dish. Wants to swing the bat early. Picked a good pitch to swing at, though. Bottom kind of fell out of it.
Curveball finds the outside corner of the strike zone. Quickly 0-2. That caught what definitely would be that outside corner.
Yeah, like right on the paint. If we had a box there on Rogers TV, right on the paint, if not maybe half the ball outside the square.
Now quickly 0-2. Drops the hammer again and swung on and missed. And so Perry goes down on strikes. And quickly 1 out.
Quick work by Curl. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 out. Good start for the Toronto hurler.
Yeah, on a beautiful day here at Labatt Park, the wind, slight breeze blowing out here to right field. So certainly you'll see the ball carry towards the opposite field. As now Logan Wells, the catcher, is up, and she'll take a first pitch high for ball 1. Curl receives a sign and delivers. That one's fouled back and off the screen.
Quite a bit of room behind the dish here at Labatt Park for catcher's range. Probably a good 30-35 feet behind the dish to the seat area, but that ball just got into the back mesh quickly. No chance for the catcher there.
Yeah, going to be one of the key things as the catcher in today's game is any ball behind them could potentially be in play. Because that pitch finds the strike zone now. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got her there. Beautiful pitch by Curl.
One ball, 2 strikes. And she'll step off as time is called. And both pitcher and batter will reset. Curl comes set, throws. Curveball, that'll go into the dirt all the way to the backstop. And now 2-2.
If there's nobody on, don't worry about them.
I think the key for both clubs right now is let's get a runner on base, see what happens, because the game totally changes when you have a runner on and how the pitcher works to the home plate. Got to get one on.
2-2 misses upstairs, now full at 3-2. And that is going to be one of the keys, Chris, in this gold medal match is to get base runners. As long as you get on base, that's a key to success in order to try to win this game. As now a full count. This one's hit high in the air. Second baseman's calling for it and makes the catch behind the back. And now quickly 2 away.
David Zachariah with the put out there. Had to reach a little bit behind her body, but still made the grab nonetheless.
Talked about that slight breeze blowing out to right field. That would have been one of the factors on that play. She felt she was right underneath it and had that just a little bit of extra carry. She had to put her glove behind her back in order to make the play. And now 2 out, and that will now bring up Paisley McKinley. First pitch misses just high, ball 1. Toronto looking to put up a 0 here in this bottom half of inning number 1. Curl fires in, that's in the strike zone, now quickly 1-1.
Good job by catcher Elena Blumas. She tried to frame the first one. Didn't get the call, framed the second one nicely coming in off the outside edge and got the call there from the umpire. Good job by the catcher.
Time called behind the plate. And now everyone will reset here with a 1-1 count. Curl gets her sign. Fires it high. It tried to go throw the curveball there and it didn't curve. Now 2-1. McKinley trying to start something here for this YSBA team. That one just misses on the outside, now 3-1.
Yeah, Curl doesn't seem to have as much control right now as Sagert for YSBA. Curl trying to hit corners, trying to bring in that curveball, just missing right now, falling behind the last two batters.
And now the 3-1. It's hit on the ground, that's through for a base hit. So McKinley will reach first base with a single. First base runner of the game for either side. And it'll be for YSBA.
Yeah, got ahead of that pitch and pulled it immediately between the third baseman and the shortstop for a clean base hit. And as you mentioned, first base runner for either club on right now.
So with McKinley over at first, now it's once again pitcher versus pitcher. You've got Jaden Sagert.
Curl may be a little interested in McKinley at first. Immediately a throw over.
That could be dangerous on the base paths. Maybe trying to steal a bag early. With a couple of steps lead. Curl waits, fires. As this one's ripped into the outfield, and it will drop for a base hit. And so Sagert will reach on first base and move McKinley up to second base with now a runner in scoring position and 2 out.
Yeah, we picked the replay up just after they hit, and Jaden did a great job of waiting for that pitch to come back into her zone before pulling the trigger and a straightaway base hit.
And good patience shown there, and that's going to be another key for both these teams, is just to show patience. Don't be too aggressive up at the dish. Wait for the pitch to come to you. Wait for it to get into the strike zone and then go for it. As that first one's a little high and 1-0.
That's the center fielder, Rachel Lemire. She's in a big spot here in this lineup. If McKinley and Sagert can stay hot at the plate, Lemire becomes a very important batter in this YSBA lineup.
And now a steal attempt, and it's in there safely, a double steal. So YSBA, knowing that they only scored 3 runs in their last matchup against this Toronto team, wants to get aggressive early.
Yeah, kind of a staggered double steal. McKinley left right away. Sagert about a half a second to a second after that. There you see McKinley trying to steal third and gets in there successfully. Beats the tag. Kind of a small little staggered steal there.
2-0 is a curveball swung on and missed. Now 2-1. Or pardon me, 1 ball and 1 strike, I should say.
Huge bat here early in this ball game. Base hit, might score 2.
2-1 is missed high. Now 3 balls and 1 strike. Now, if you're Curl, the Toronto pitcher, do you opt to just throw ball 4 and load the bases, or do you try to get out of the inning here knowing that you've already got 2 out?
I think with an open base at first, you don't really want to throw one right down the gut. You might want to try and pick some corners or whatnot, throw a little off speed, but there's the walk anyway. So quickly the base is loaded here for YSBA. A very important part of this ball game is very early here, bottom of 1.
Now that'll bring up Abigail Vieira, the second baseman for this YSBA team, and she's got a big opportunity to cash in some runs here in this bottom half of inning number 1. Curl in a bit of trouble here. She got the 2 first quick outs, but this YSBA team has rallied. First pitch in the dirt, good scoop there by the catcher.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I don't have the stats, and I apologize to our viewers as far as Curl's history in this tournament, when she last pitched and how successful she was, but definitely in a jam here.
Curl comes in, tried to go off speed and misses high. Now 2-0. Now, again, going back to the pitch limit, most of these girls are only allowed to throw a certain amount of pitches, and so she likely has not thrown this entire tournament so far. This is probably her first start of this summer games, as the next one misses high. Now 2-0. Pardon me, now 3-0.
Yeah, so if you're Coach Dan Murdoch or John Conforzi, it is just the bottom of the first inning. How concerned are you right now? Maybe even a conversation. It is just the first inning, but there's a walk in the first run of the ball game. Jeremy goes to YSBA, courtesy of the base on balls.
And that's exactly what you want if you're that YSBA team. You get the bases loaded walk, and now everybody moves up the extra 90 feet.
And here comes that conversation.
Yeah, now we're going to get ourselves a mound visit here just to settle her nerves here. Again, the base is loaded, 2 out. She just needs to record 1 out. And I think the message here, if you're the pitching coach, is just to throw it into the strike zone, be accurate, and get out of the inning. Trust the defense behind you. They've already made a couple of plays already and try to get 1 more here.
So McKinley's in the score. Sager goes to third. Lemeyre's at second, and Vieira now at first. Lemeyre and Vieira on board courtesy of walks. And 1-0 YSBA here early. Throw it into the strike zone, get the ball in play. As you mentioned, trust your defense. See, you can go any bag here. You can even throw home for a force if you want, depending on where the ball's hit. Get out of the inning, get back to the sticks.
All right, kid. Good job for us here.
That'll be the right fielder, Elena Ernst.
First pitch into Ernst is in there for a strike, now 0-1.
A good start. Get ahead of the hitter, that's the key.
Curl receives a sign. Fired it in there, swung on and missed.
Yeah, that was some good heat there by Curl on that second strike pitch.
And now has the pitcher's advantage of having 2 strikes, a chance to get out of the inning with only allowing that 1 run.
Big pitch here. Waste 1 here or go after her.
Decides to go off speed and misses on the outside portion of the plate. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another big pitch here, 1-2. Swung on and missed, struck her out. Big strikeout there for Curl. Damage limitation done here is after 1 inning of play. YSBA leads this Toronto club 1-0. You're watching the 2024 Ontario Summer Games on Rogers TV.
They've reached the summit. Back-to-back Stanley Cup victories.
Greatness.
And a new legacy begins. Absolutely amazing. It has happened in Vegas.
It's not a destination.
And lightning has struck twice.
It is a continuous journey that never ends.
These are the moments you dream of. Stanley Cup champions.
Labatt Memorial Park for the 2024 Ontario Summer Games, the gold medal match here for this 15U women's baseball matchup between Toronto and YSBA. And Chris, this YSBA team able to get themselves a run early, now looking to put up another good inning of defense here in this top half of inning number 2.
Yes, the key, you got to the starting pitcher, the opposing pitcher in that bottom half of the opening inning. The key is get the 3 outs quickly, get back on the sticks while you have that at plate momentum here for YSBA.
So now that'll bring up Alicia Anarella. She'll be batting. Looks like, yes, she'll be batting from the left-hand side. So we got a lefty versus lefty matchup here between pitcher and batter. As that first one in is for a strike, and I apologize, it's not 15, it is the 16U category for the women.
Yeah, the center fielder leading things off. Then we'll have the first baseman, the Menzies, and the right fielder, Smolian, coming up here for Toronto.
That one's on the ground, getting a tough play for the shortstop. Throw is going to be thrown over, and it's in time to get her.
And great call by the umpire. That was less than half a step.
And we'll take a look at it right here. Just a phenomenal throw over.
Yeah, great throw there by McKinley at shortstop. Just off the small end of the bat, McKinley up and firing. Nice toss to the first baseman to record the opening out.
And so now Ava Menezes is up here again, another left-hand bat. So this Toronto team recognizing with a lefty pitcher, they want to go lefty-lefty. As that one's ripped back to the shortstop. Throw over is going to be high, and that'll go off the sidewall, and extra base is required here for Menezes as she's going to go all the way to second base on the throwing error. So that will be an error on the shortstop.
Yeah, McKinley coming off a great put out for the opening out, and lets one sail a little bit on her. Right off the barrel of the bat, right to McKinley at short, sets and fires, and just kind of got away. See that ball just immediately go high out of her hands, and that'll get the Menezes over to second base on the overthrow.
So a runner in scoring position here for Toronto with one out. And a throw back to second base, not in time on the check back. That one's chopped on the ground, going to third base. Shortstop steps, fires, and again, that one's a little high. And turning third base is Menezes. She's going to come home, and she will score. And the throw will go back into the infield where it is caught there by Sager, and Toronto's got themselves on the board with another throwing error by the shortstop.
Yeah, it was she's setting here. But I think she took a little bit off this one. Look, see how she's just trying to kind of get the ball there, and it just sailed on her. And it's, I'm going to have to totally disagree with the official score on this play. It's registered Toronto with 2 hits. Those last 2 are definitely errors on the shortstop. I would give two notches on the error column for YSBA rather than 2 hits for sure. Nonetheless, it's a tie ball game.
Yeah, so now Sarah Smolian is standing at second base here with 1 out here in this tied game. As the off-speed finds the inside corner there from Curro.
Maybe I'm a little harsh. They are 15-year-old ball players, but still. I'll put myself under that criticism.
Off-speed trying to find the outside corner, misses. Now 2 balls and 1 strike.
If I'm Paisley McKinley at shortstop, I'm saying hit it to me again. Let me make up for those 2 throws here.
Check back to second, will go into the outfield, and she'll just stay right there at second base. There's Somalian, and so they will not move up on the missed play there at second base on the check back. And so Sager will once again get set. Gets her sign. Delivers in. Swung on and missed. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Parker Turnbull.
Yeah, Jaden Sager doing a good job on the mound, getting the ground balls that she needs. Just needs the defense to pick it up just a bit.
Now on the ground, shortstop again going to make a play here. This time it's on the low side and it can't be scooped. And another run is going to come in to score. First baseman throws to second, and it won't be there in time, and it's off the shoulder as the center fielder will come into the infield to pick it up, and another run off of another throwing error.
So Paisley got another opportunity here. Kept it low, but maybe a little bit too low for the third baseman. Or sorry, for the first baseman, my apologies. That's Maya Bondi over there trying to make that grab at first.
And so 3 straight errors to the shortstop result in 2 runs for this Toronto team, and now what is more so going to be an infield visit more than a mound visit, just to settle the girls down here and just really make sure that they're all okay out there after the couple of missed throws, and just wanting to make sure that everyone's okay out there on the diamond.
Yeah, I think that's manager Darren McKinley out there right now having a little conversation with the players. Ladies, you're doing a good job. We got to make those plays, though. Jaden's doing her job. She's giving us ground balls in the infield. We got to make those plays, though. It's a easy conversation for manager Darren McKinley.
First pitch off speed will go into the dirt, and that will easily move up an extra 90 feet. There is Turnbull now standing over at third base on will be charged as a pass ball to the catcher.
Two 2-1, still a lot of ball game left. YSB focus right now, leave that runner on third, retire the inning, and go back to the bats here.
That one swung on and hit into the outfield. That's a base hit, and that will score. Turnbull coming in from third. And so a solid single there for Veronica Macedo. Increases the Toronto lead to 2.
Yeah, clean base hit. Right up to center field. No chance there for the center fielder. 3-1. 4 hits on the board here for Toronto.
And so now that'll bring up Maddie Conforzi. There's now a step off and a throw over to first, not in time. Sagert steps off the mound, didn't like that pitch sequence that was offered to her. Now she comes set. Fires the changeup and it finds the top of the zone, swung on and missed. 0-1.
Yeah, that was up in the hands on Conforzi. Swung at it, but really had no chance at that pitch.
Working quickly here. Another step throw to first. In there safely.
I thought they had her.
Yeah, it looked like the first baseman had enough time to apply the tag, but umpire right there standing on the baseline says no.
That was very, very close. I thought Bondi put the tag on her.
Next one is swung on and missed. Now quickly 0-2. And from our broadcast location, we are down the right field line, so we have a good angle over towards first base, and in case of any of those pickoff plays, as the 0-2. Swung on and missed, struck her out. Big strikeout there off of Conforzi. And now Sagert has an opportunity to get out of the inning. Now that'll bring up Ava Zachariah, the second baseman here for this Toronto team. 3-1 your score in favor of Toronto over YSBA here in this gold medal match. Ball in the dirt, that will move the runner up to second base as that off speed hit the dirt early and the catcher had no shot at trying to block that one. So Macedo will move up to second base. They're on the wild pitch. The 1-0 just misses on the outside corner. Now 2-0. Sagert gets her sign quick, pitches in. That one's hit in the air. That's going to get down for a base hit. And only going to third on the play is Macedo, as she had to make sure that that ball hit the ground.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there by Zachariah. Out to center field. Center field's got a pretty good arm. I was watching her in warm-up. It holds the runner at third. So all runners on the corners here now with the 2 away in the top half of the second inning.
And so that'll go to the back up to the top of the order now in Elena Blumis, where she struck out her first time up. Check over to first easily back in time, this time with Zachariah. Sagert trying to limit the damage here. 3 runs have come in here in this top half of the second. Just swung on and the throw down. No, it's going to be called a dead ball. And so back comes Zachariah having to go back to first base.
Well, now if you're YSBA, you know that she wants to run here.
Yeah, Zachariah close to first base, only a couple steps off. Throw it back over to first, not in time. She's in there safely. Indeed, Chris, you're right. They know that there's a chance for a steal here, and Zachariah is only taking a couple of steps off, but no doubt if there's an off-speed pitch, she'll take off.
There she goes.
She does, and it's upstairs, and they're not even going to throw down.
No effort whatsoever to throw at the runner here.
So now a runner in scoring position is Zachariah. At second base, the 1-1 pitch. Finds the strike zone now, 1-2. Big pitch coming up here for Jaden Sagert. Trying to get out of this inning. The 1-2. Fouled back to the screen and out of play.
Good cut there, pretty much straight back, signifying that Bloomers was on that pitch.
So we'll redo it 1-2. This one's in the air, dropping quickly, and it is going to drop for a base hit. It's bobbled out in right field by the right fielder, but coming in and no throw anywhere, and so everyone moves up 90 feet. A base hit for Bloomis, and going over to third base is Zachariah on the base hit. And that'll bring up Vivian Bach, where she grounded out her last time up. First pitch is off speed and not in there. It'll be a ball and a stolen base there for Bloomis, as she'll move up the extra 90 feet. And looks like YSBA is not going to bother trying to throw down and cost themselves some any more runs here. Already given up 4 here in this inning. As that one's fouled off.
All right, Jay, like you do.
Now Sagert comes set. Here on this 1-1 pitch. Finds the upstairs portion of the strike zone. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Bach in a little bit of trouble here with 2 strikes. Sagert trying to get out of the inning. That one's on the ground, hits the first baseman, and it's a fair ball. 1 run will score. And Bach will reach, and they're going to throw home. They're coming in, and out at the plate. Loomis thought she could try to come all the way around to score, but a good throw from the first baseman, able to record the out. As you can see, there comes the first run in, but then watch the second one come in, going to try to sneak in here, and a beautiful throw into the catcher.
Yeah, right there on the left shoulder. They almost batted through. They were 1 batter short of batting through the lineup there. Put up a 5 spot in the top of the second inning.
And so that top half of the second, Toronto able to put up a 5 spot there, and now they lead by 4, and now it's YSBA's turn to try to turn things around. They got 1 run in the bottom half of the first. So Victoria Currow out to work her second inning of work. Currow got herself out of a bases loaded jam in the first inning, only allowing that 1 run to score.
Yeah, and they've notched it back to 4 runs for Toronto, but I'm going to have to disagree. On my score sheet, I have 5 runs, and it was Bloomers that got thrown out at home. Is that right, Jeremy, the leadoff hitter?
Yes, Bloomis was out
Yeah, so
at the plate, so I also have 5 runs as well. So
Yeah, I have Menzies scoring, Smolian scoring, Turnbull, Macedo, and Zachariah all scoring for 5.
yes.
So it should be 5-1 on the scoreboard in the right center. We'll see if they correct that.
So Curl just finishing up her warm-up pitches as her catcher, Elena Bloomis, will come in, and we'll be ready here for this bottom half of inning number 2 here from Labatt Memorial Park in this gold medal match for the 16U women's division here in baseball. And so we're just confirming with the truck that it is indeed 5-1. So we'll see if the scorekeepers up the top here, Labatt Park, will make that change as well. And we'll get ready here for the bottom half of this second inning. And they have just made that change back to 5. So it is indeed 5-1 in favor of Toronto.
Bottom 3 hitters set to bat here in the bottom of the second for YSBA.
Ariel Roy will be stepping in on the right-hand side against Carroll. Kier fires in first pitch. That one swung on and belted to left field, and it will be foul. Just foul.
Just ahead of that pitch was Roy. Good job by Ariel there to get around on it. Just a little too quick on that swing.
Was fouled by a couple of feet there down that line. So we'll reset here with 1 strike here on the YSBA outfielder. Girl waits for the sign. Finally gets the one she likes. Delivers, and it's an off-speed pitch, swung on and missed. Now 0-2 as she had Roy way out in front thinking that the fastball was coming.
Well, they know they can get to the Toronto pitcher. They did it in the bottom half of the opening inning. They just got to keep doing it now to get back in this ballgame.
So now 0-2 here on Roy. Curl fires in. Off-speed pitch struck her out looking.
That was a strike all the way in on the pitcher's hand, all the way to the catcher's glove. Nice pitch.
Yeah, some nice bending action on that one as Roy had no shot. As just when you're facing a curveball like that, it stops at the top of the zone and then basically falls to the bottom. You have no shot when it's thrown like that. So now Maya Bondi will step up here for YSBA. Girl fires in her first pitch. In there for a strike.
Good job painting the outside corner there by Curl in that opening pitch to the batter.
It certainly looks so far in this inning that she has found her groove. As again, the off-speed pitch comes in. That one misses high. Now 1-1. Curry fires in. Swung on and missed. 1-2.
Yeah, Bondi was on that one, just a hair behind. She knew it was the pitch that she wanted to swing at.
So now with 1 ball, 2 strikes, an opportunity to get another strikeout here. Off speed and got her looking again. Another beautiful curveball thrown there by Victoria Curl, and she's got herself 2 quick strikeouts here in this bottom half of the second.
Yeah, Victoria Curl has really settled down here compared to the opening inning of work for her. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts.
And now Cara Brown, the number 10 hitter here in this lineup, as she swings at one low for a strike. Kira ready.
Oh, yeah.
Throws to the top of the zone, gets another swing and miss. No balls, 2 strikes, and an opportunity to strike out the side here.
Kara's going to force the pitcher to come to her. A couple of bat selecting pitches to swing at. Might be able to get there first here. I think she will.
And indeed, she will reach first base on the strikeout. It'll be recorded as a strikeout, but nonetheless, Brown will reach first base as it got past the catcher.
Next up, number 6, Savannah Perry.
And now Savannah Perry will step back up. She struck out her first time up. And now with a base runner over on first base, Darren Brown's got an aggressive lead over there at first. Back in there at first base safely. Maybe if you're YSBA, you're maybe thinking of a hit and run situation here. Get the runner in motion and an opportunity to go first to third, as that one finds the strike zone now 0-1 here to Savannah Perry. Two outs, bottom of the second, 5-1 your score in favor of Toronto. Perry fouls that one off the screen, now 0-2.
Savannah on that pitch, fouled straight back pretty much. Probably wouldn't mind another pitch like that.
And in the back of her mind, she has to know that that curveball of Kuro's might be coming here on this 2-strike count.
Yeah, Kuro could waste one here. 0-2.
Pitcher's advantage, let's see. Curveball fouled off, knew it was coming, but it stayed up the top of the zone. Could have been a dangerous pitch. The 0-2 swung on in the dirt. You're going to try to run to first base, but the out will be recorded. So that'll be a strike and an out. We'll head to break. You're watching the 2024 Ontario Summer Games here on Rogers TV. Don't go anywhere.
In The Paint Box, host Jane Roy puts a spotlight on various aspects of the vibrant visual art community in the City of London.
Like just generally, galleries have had great relationships with their artists. They're the ones that kind of promote them. Sometimes one of the things I've really appreciated about you is you're also an encourager.
The Paint Box, Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
Hi, can I take your order? Hello?
Oh, hey. Wait, what was the question?
Let me guess. One driving high combo, extra baked?
No. Could I get a burger with a side of fries?
Think you're a better driver when you're high? Think again. Smoking weed affects reaction time and concentration. A message from Mad Canada.
Welcome back. 2024 Ontario Summer Games Baseball, the 16U gold medal match between York Simcoe and Toronto. 5-1 your score in favor of Toronto here in this top half of the third inning, and Chris, more offense is going to be the key for this Toronto team if they want to win the gold here.
Yeah, 2 innings in the books. Toronto 5 runs on 7 hits, 0 errors. YSBA 1 run on 2 hits, no errors as we head to the top of the third. Well, if Kuro continues to pitch the way she does, 5-1 might be enough.
Yeah, that might certainly be the case, as Sagard is still in the game here in this third inning as well. Both teams going to let their pitchers go as far as they can here without going over their pitch limit here in this gold medal match.
Well, for the most part, Jaden hasn't pitched too bad. Obviously, crediting a lot of plays as hits. If we were scoring some, higher levels of baseball, maybe there's probably 3 errors on that board for YSBA out of those 7 Toronto hits. So Jaden hasn't been pitching too bad. She's got the ground balls. They just haven't been able to make outs with them.
Yeah, she's been pitching to contact, which is what you want most times with your pitchers, is to allow your defense behind you to make the plays. But so far in this game, those plays haven't exactly been made consistently so far. But nonetheless, here we'll see if she can get a quick 3 outs here in this top half of the third.
Part of the order here for Toronto coming up. As Jeremy mentioned, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters scheduled.
Yeah, Curl, Ianella, and Menzies will be up here for Toronto, and they were really the ones who got the offensive game going for this Toronto club last time up at the plate. So Curl will step in here against Sagard. Lefty versus righty, and Sagard comes in.
Yeah, this is actually Curl's first at bat since the opening inning. That big inning, last inning, started with Ianarella. Actually a ground out, but then it really got going with the Menzies, Smolian, and Turnbull. They all got on via throwing errors or hits, what may have you.
As that second one finds the strike zone now, 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball misses upstairs, now 2-1. Pitch in off speeds, popped up. Going to be a tricky play, and it's going to end up dropping foul.
Yeah, just out of the reach of Maya Bondi at first base. Good velocity from the pitcher, Sagard. Curl was behind that pitch a little bit. Need a shutdown inning here if you're YSBA for sure.
2-2 is more of a check swing going to second base. On a hop and going to make it there in time. There's Curl. She will reach on what normally would be scored as an error, but they're going to rack it up as a base hit for Toronto, as the second baseman had bobbled it about 3 or 4 times, just never could gain control of the baseball. So Sagard has a runner on first. Goes with the fastball in the dirt for ball 1. Curl standing over there on first base. Not a big lead. Sagard checks, throws in there for a strike, now 1-1. Sagard comes ready. Fires home. That one finds the outside corner, now 1-2.
Another nice pitch. Lead runner here. That's all you want right now if you're YSB on a grounder. Get that lead runner at second. 2's a bonus here.
We'll see if YSBA can roll the 2. Off-speed pitch on the inside part of the plate misses, now 2-2. Infield playing double play depth here on this 2-2 pitch. That one misses just high.
Yeah, that's close. That's close. So we see, yep, and the umpire is saying too high, too high. We saw a couple of strikes in that opening inning that got the call almost in that area too. So very tight strike zone right now by the umpire here in the second inning.
So now a full count, 3-2. It's fouled back to the screen and out of play. And immediately on that last pitch, Sagard immediately asked the umpire if it was indeed high, and the umpire did. You saw the hand motion saying yes, it was up. So now 3-2 again. Here with Curro over on first. Pitch will miss high for ball 4, and that'll put a couple of runners on here with nobody out here in this top half of inning number 3.
Yeah, and this is the part of the lineup that did the damage, as you were saying, Jeremy, in the top of the second inning right here. The next 4 batters all scored in that second inning. So a tough spot here for YSBA. Again, if you get an off-speed pitch, if she pushes it to third base, take that lead runner at third.
First one's off-speed and outside, now 1-0.
Got to get an out here. You pull it down first base, grab that out at 1. If it gets to you in a hurry, try and get the runner at second maybe, but definitely you need an out here, whether it's a strikeout or somewhere.
Ball in the dirt, and that will allow both runners to advance the extra 90 feet. As that time there, Sagert went again with the curveball, and it just got away from her catcher. So now Curro over on third base, with Ianella standing over at second with no one out in a 2-0 count.
Umpires, I think, wants the ball here, or haven't. Yeah, just getting another ball.
Yeah, and it looks like the umpire's giving the catcher a little bit of extra time, as the catcher might have been chewed up by that ball in the dirt. So the umpire just doing the right thing, giving the catcher as much time as possible to get reset back behind the dish. And so the umpire does the classy thing and just walks the new baseball to the pitcher. And now we'll get ready to roll here again on this 2-0 pitch.
Yeah, tough call here. If you're a Sager, you got a base open, but you're behind in the count 2-0. Runners on second and third.
That one's hit into the air. Pretty deep out there. Going back is the left fielder there to make the catch. Tagging is Curro from third. She will score with ease. And now it is a 6-1 ball game for Toronto.
Good piece of hitting here. You have runners in scoring position. Fly ball out of the infield. Should score a run if you're tagging. And Curro at third base was tagging there. You see her bottom left of your screen. Tagging up. No tag on second base. That's why the ball went back to second. No play at home. 6-1.
First pitch upstairs misses to Sarah Somalian. Where she reached last time on what we scored an error. Runner takes off going to third base. Throw down might be there in time, and it's there in plenty of time as third base umpire says that the out was recorded on the knee in time.
Yeah, that throw was there in plenty of time. Runner might have thought that she got under the tag, but the umpire immediately signified a tag on the knee.
We'll get a good look here.
Watch the umpire. Watch the umpire. Right there. On the knee. Out.
And a bit of an awkward slide as well there from Ianella, as she ended up kind of facing back towards the outfield. As a strike is put in there now, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Good throw by Logan Wells behind the dish for that second out of the inning.
The 1-2 curveball just misses on the outside corner, now 2-2. And all of a sudden, YSBA has a chance to get out of the inning with only allowing 1 run. 2-2 hits on the ground. Off the second baseman, scoops it and gonna make a tough play at first, not in time. And so the batter will reach. They're on the bobble play at second base.
Yeah, a little bit of difficulty there for Vieira. And Abigail gets the throw off, but much too late, as you can see. So 6 runs, 9 hits on the board for Toronto, and a runner on first here with 2 out in the top of the third.
And that will bring up Parker Turnbull, where she as well reached last time. Pick play to first base, not in time.
Sagert wanted that. Sagert wanted that. It was that close.
Yeah, that was close, as you could see.
Let's have a look here. Bondi's the first baseman here. Mai did a good job. Oh, that's so close. Yeah, she might have got under that, but that was very close. Good job by our replay people. Thank you.
And another strike thrown in there now. 1 strike. And like you mentioned, the base runner just able to get underneath on that play. That was pretty close. The 0-1, another check over.
Yeah, she was leaning towards second. She was going to go and saw the throw coming over late from Sagard and got back just in time.
So Toronto wanted to be aggressive here on the base pass. Quick pitch swung on and missed. Now 0-2. Sagard knew right away, get set and fire, knowing that this Toronto team is wanting to get on the offense.
Yeah, no action in that YSBA bullpen. Sagard is the choice still for the coaching staff.
Sagard gets the sign she likes, fires it in. Fastball upstairs for a ball, now 1-2. Sagard 1 out away from only allowing 1 run here in this top half of the third. That one's hit on the ground, going to go to shortstop, make the easy play. No, it's bobbled by the shortstop, and that will allow both runners to reach base. So not out of the inning yet, and another chance for some runs here for Toronto.
Yeah, if you're a Jaden Sagard, you got to be frustrated here on the mound for YSBA. That's half the hits you could score as errors, and they've all ground balls behind Jaden. She's been doing a good job of inducing the ground balls, just that the defense are making some mistakes here and costing some runs and some runners.
So runners on first and second as that curveball finds the strike zone. And another thing to remember for both teams, that this is their first time at Labatt Park, so they're not going to know what the bounces are like on the infield and in the outfield. So a couple of times we've seen some tricky hops as that one goes to the backstop, and that will allow both runners to move up the extra 90. And so now runners on second and third here with 2 out. Veronica Macedo, the batter. She came around to score the last time as here's a ball hit on the ground. Shortstop gets it, it's gonna make a throw over, and it's gonna go past the first baseman. 2 runs will come in to score on the play. Now it's a 8-1 lead for this Toronto Ball Club.
Ground ball to the shortstop, McKinley. Picks it up pretty cleanly. And then the throw's just wide and low for Bondi at first base. And it's 8-1 Toronto.
In that situation there, trying to rush the throw over.
Yeah, 7, okay.
It looks like we might have had a lineup changes. Now Irene Keenan looked to be the batter as this one's popped up to the first base, and it's going to roll foul. As yes, that is a number 7 on her jersey, and so Keenan has come into the game here for Maddie Conforzi, who was the scheduled batter, and now Keenan in to the game. So this is Keenan's first time up at the plate.
So Keenan in for Macedo then. Is that correct,
yes.
Jeremy?
Now quickly 0-2 here on Keenan. Or pardon me, Chris, it's actually, she's in for Conforzi, not Macedo. Macedo here on first base.
Okay, my apologies.
As that one's in the dirt now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Macedo standing over at first base. Keenan, the batter, in for Conforzi here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Pitch is in the dirt. Trying to go off speed, trying to get Keenan the chase. Nothing doing, now 2-2. If you're Sagard here, I think you got to go fastball. You've thrown the off speed a couple of times here, and Keenan has taken it both times.
Yeah, need to get out of the inning right now.
Indeed goes with the hard stuff, and it just misses up the stairs. She wanted that call, but nonetheless, now the count's full. And with 2 outs and a full count, runner's going to be in motion there over at first base. It's hit right back to Sagert. Takes her time, throw cleanly to first base. And that will do it for this top half of inning number 3. So another good amount of runs here for that Toronto team. 3 more. And they now have an 8-1 lead as you get a look at our broadcast location down the right field line. Jeremy McGrady alongside Chris Sawyers, and Chris now being 8-1 in favor of Toronto. What's going to be a key here for this Toronto club now that they have another turn up on the bats?
Well, for Toronto, obviously it's shutdown mode. For if you're YSBA, anything at all to get on the base pads as much as possible. 11 hits from Toronto. You only have 2 hits, 1 run on 2 hits if you're York Simcoe. You got to get on the pads as much as possible. Maybe work that count. Maybe allow or let Curl pitch some more balls, or throw some more pitches, get that pitch count up, work the count, get it to full, get it as much as possible, try and get ahead of her on the count.
And these two teams have faced off already here in the round robin portion, Chris, where it ended up being a lopsided game in favor of Toronto. And so far through 2.5 innings, looks like Toronto is sticking that same game plan that they had in round robin. So Curl back out on the mound here for her 3rd inning of work. Able to put up a 0 her last time on the mound.
Good opportunity here for YSBA. This is the part of the lineup where they got their run in the opening inning with the shortstop of McKinley coming all the way around to score. Sagert had a hit. Lemire had a hit. So this is a key part in this lineup here if you're YSBA and wanting to chip back at the lead here.
Curl just finishing up her final warm-up pitches before we get started here for this bottom half of the 3rd inning. Here at the 2024 Ontario Summer Games here at Labatt Memorial Park. World's oldest baseball ground since 1877, the current home of the London Majors, the Fanshawe Falcons, as well as the Western University men's baseball team as well. Lots of teams use this facility, and the City of London staff do a tremendous job of keeping this diamond in great shape all year round.
I think the London Badgers play here too, don't they?
Indeed, the Badgers as well play here. Lots of different organizations use this facility. And so we're just about ready here for this bottom half of the 3rd inning. And Logan Wells, the catcher, will start things off. First pitch into Wells is going to find the bottom of the zone for a strike. Lots of action all around for this Summer Games here on this final day. As that swung, and that one's going to get down for a base hit. Throw into first won't be in time. It will roll to the backstop, but Logan Wells fell to the right and didn't see that the ball had missed the first baseman, but regardless, that'll be a base hit for YSBA and just what they need.
Yeah, good piece of hitting by Logan there. The catcher went with the pitch with what the pitcher gave her and went to right field for a base hit. Had to beat out the throw, though. The throw coming from the right fielder. Big spot here as McKinley, Sagert, Lemire still to come. This is where they scored the run in the opening inning.
Curl checks the runner over at first, got an aggressive lead and steps off. Does not like how much of a lead that Wells has over there at first. And Wells goes right back to where she was. Curl set. Delivers to the plate. Off speed, pitch will miss. Now 1 ball, no strikes.
Got it, Paisley.
A tremendous opening ceremony up at Western University on Thursday to open these summer games. Rogers TV had that and did a tremendous job, and now here on this final day of the summer games. Check back over to first, not in time. As Kuro's going through her signs. Checks runner at first. Fires in, runners off on the pitch. This one's popped up into the air. Could be a tricky play. The shortstop there to catch it in plenty of time to record the pop out, and back to first base will go Wells.
Good range by Vivian Bach there at short for Toronto to range back into the grass and make that grab. There you see Vivian at short, goes to her left first and then has to retreat back into the right, tracking the ball all the way, taking a couple more steps and then making that catch for the first out of the inning.
So now Jaden Sagert trying to help her own cause here in this bottom half of the third inning. First pitch with the off speed, finds the strike zone. Strike one. McKinley, the runner over, pardon, Wells, the runner over at first base. Keeps her eye on Kuro. She looks over. Delivered, runner on the move. Going to throw down to second base. And it'll go behind the shortstop to the second baseman. So counted as a steal there for Logan Wells, getting into scoring position.
Yeah, manager Darren McKinley being aggressive here with YSBA here in the bottom of the third. Starting to get the runners moving here once you have runners on base.
So now with Wells over at second, it's a 1-1 count here to Jaden Sagert, the pitcher. That next one in is high above the strike zone, now 2-1. In this situation, if you are Jaden Sagert, you're just looking to try to find a hole here, get a base hit, cash in that runner. Standing at second base. Carroll comes set. Throws a slow curveball that will miss on the outside corner. Now 3-1, and Sager's doing exactly what you want to preach, is patience up there at the plate.
Yeah, you got to have base runners to get back in this ball game. However you can do that is the right answer. Walks, hits, just like that.
So Sager will take the walk. And so now two runners are on base here with one out, and that'll bring up Rachel Lemire.
Yeah, she reached on a walk in the opening inning. Got all the way to second before the inning was over.
See if she takes the same patient approach as she did in that first inning, as that one misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Kiro checks out the runner on second base, doesn't have that much of a lead over there. And delivers to the plate. That one misses on the inside corner, now 2-0. Lemire ready. That one's fouled off back, middle of the screen and out of play.
Nice pitch, jammed Lemire on that 2-0 pitch.
Now 2 balls, 1 strike here on Lemire. Carroll fires in. That one's again fouled back off the screen and out of play, now 2-2.
Yeah, she was right on that one. Fouled it straight back. Waited for that ball to come down into the hitting zone and just missed.
She makes solid contact with that pitch. That easily could have scored one, if not two. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the bottom half of the third inning. 8-1 your score in favor of Toronto. That one's hit into the air, pretty well hit, and it's going to fall right into the gap for extra bases. Coming in as well, they're going to send Sagard as well to throw there as Sagard ends up stopping at third base, and so a good RBI double there from Rachel Lemaire.
Yeah, it's the first extra base hit for either ball club in this U16 final. Finds the gap between the right fielder and the center fielder, and Lemaire winds up at second base. They held the runner at third, being the Sagard, so 1 run in. 8-2 ball game, and 2 runners in scoring position still.
First pitch swung on and missed. Abigail Vieira now the batter. Big spot here for York Simcoe. That one swung on and missed. Both of those pitches there, Vieira was underneath it trying to get that ball in the air.
Yeah, Abigail walked her first time up in the opening inning.
Now 2 strikes quickly on her, and the pitch upstairs will miss. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes Set. Swung on and missed, struck her out. Big out there for Kiro to record the strikeout of Vieira, and now that'll bring up Elena Ernst.
Yeah, her 7th strikeout of the ball game. This is the part of the YSBA order that needs to kind of step up a little bit. The next 4 batters have not reached base. They've been all strikeouts this ball game.
As this one's hit in the air and caught in foul territory by the third baseman.
Yeah, great grab by Macedo there along the foul territory of the third baseline to retire the side.
And we'll be right back. You're watching Rogers TV, Ontario Summer Games 2024.
My name is Ryan Dyson, and I drive the number 28 race car at Delaware Speedway and across Ontario all summer long. You can check out our YouTube vlog series right here on Rogers TV every Friday at 6 o'clock p.m.
When I was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome, I was deteriorating in front of everybody.
All my life I lived with sickle cell. I went through a tragic crisis that put me in a coma for 3 weeks. While I was in there, I received a lot of blood to put me in a healthier state.
I was given the plasma then through IVIG. Even though that happened so long ago, it still has a massive impact on me today.
Thanks to donors, I can live another life.
Because of you, I will be seeing my grandchild.
Welcome back on a live shot there of One London Place here in downtown London. We're here at Labatt Park for the 2024 Ontario Summer Games. Here for some exciting baseball action. The gold medal match for the 16U division. Jeremy McGrady alongside Chris Soares calling the action here for you on a beautiful warm night here at Labatt. There was a breeze earlier on in this game, but that breeze has died off here as we reach the middle portion of this ball game.
Bottom to the top here for Toronto with Zachariah going to lead things off. She came around to score in the second inning, and then top of the order after that. Toronto leading 8-2, 11 hits to 4, heading to the top of the fourth.
So currently looks as though Jaden Sagert continuing to throw out there. And obviously with having a few days of rest to come, her pitch limit has to be around the 75 to 80 pitch mark. Both the coaching staff are well aware of her pitch count, and no action in the bullpen either, so she is well under that mark. Here's her about to get set here for this top half of the fourth.
Yeah, it looks like Annabelle Spitall is come in to play defense here for YSBA at the second base position, in for Abigail Vieira. I think that's the only change I see out there is the number 2 player, Annabelle Spitall, now at second base.
So Annabelle will check in for York Simcoe, and first pitch in. Swung on and missed for a strike. Here as Sagert continues her inning of work. Goes to the off-speed and hits now quickly 2 strikes here on this Toronto batter. That one fouled off, and Zakaria will get new life. Bottom of the order, then the top. Ava Zakaria here in the batter's box here with a 2-strike count. And then it'll followed up by Bloomis and Bach. 2 strikes. Off-speed finds the top corner of the zone. And a strikeout there for Jaden Sagert to get 1 out here in this 4th inning.
Jaden's 3rd strikeout of the ball game as we go to the top of the order.
Now Elena Bloomis will step in now. Her as that one's hit on the ground, going to be a tough play for the pitcher. Throws in plenty of time. Good solid arm there from Sagert to record the out. And a span of 4 pitches, she's recorded 2 outs.
Yeah, quick to pounce off the mound, grab it, turn, fire. Right on the money to Bondi at first base for the out.
And now Vivian Bach, the shortstop for Toronto, steps into the plate. Pitch comes in from Sagert, first one in. Pardon me, second one in. That one will miss upstairs, and again the umpire motioning that ball needs to come down a little bit as that was up in the zone. Third pitch comes in off speed, will miss upstairs as well. So now 2-1. Here Sagert's looking to do quick work here and get out of the inning without allowing a run. Pitch comes in, that one's hit on the ground to shortstop. See if they can get out of the inning. The throw is over and made, and close play, but they got her.
Yeah, great throw by Paisley McKinley there at short to retire the side. A good 3-out, 3-down inning for YSBA to go back to the sticks, and they need to, trailing by 6 here. Good pickup by McKinley. Good throw right on the money to Bondi for the out.
Yeah, exactly what you needed. If you're YSBA is to get not allow Toronto to score any more runs here in this contest, already being down by 6, and now they have a chance to try to continue to chip away at a 6-run deficit.
Now we'll see if YSBA makes any changes here. The bottom 3 coming up for YSBA. All three of them striking out in their first at bat in the second inning. So we'll see if the staff make any changes here to maybe spark some offense.
And they've already brought in Annabelle Spadal to play defense here in replace of Abigail Vieira at second. For this YSBA team, they only have 12 rostered players compared to Toronto's 13. So really only 2 players on the bench available for this YSBA team, already using 1. Again, you're allowed an extra player. They bat 10, field 9. You have that extra player for that reason, to try to have that extra offense, but nonetheless, York Simcoe has already gone onto their bench. And so 1 more player left, and that's Trista Appleby, who has yet to see any action yet so far in this gold medal match. Here as the final warm-up pitches are done and ready here, as Kiro going to be ready to throw down here shortly. Again, like you mentioned, Chris, the 3,800 total athletes here for the Ontario Summer Games here in the Forest City. Lots of different events all around the city. I know that there was women's ice hockey taking place up at Western, and that would have been one of the key events as well. Besides the baseball, obviously, you have your athletic events taking place at Western as well. You mentioned events taking place in Port Stanley. I believe there was also some cycling and some running going on also up in St. Mary's as well. So all around London and surrounding area, the Summer Games taking place.
Yeah, I believe it was the triathlon in St. Mary's. Just looking up at the the story that I actually wrote for work last week. 2,500 athletes aged 12 to 18. Most of the events here in the city of London. 20 venues in total. Road cycling was at Melville United Church. Triathlon in St. Mary's at the Quarry. Sailing, as we mentioned, Port Stanley Sailing Club. Flag football was at Huron Flats. Men's softball was at the Stronach Recreation Center. This is the 4th time that London's been the host, and over 500 volunteers helping to put this on as well.
Indeed, we have a few of those volunteers helping out on our broadcast crew today as well. Was fortunate enough to chat with them before this game, as the first pitch in is fouled back to the screen and out of play. For the sport of flag football, it's the first time it's been into the Summer Games.
You mentioned flag football first time?
Yep.
Yeah, it's also the first time for ladies baseball since 2010, I believe.
Yes.
So yeah, some great events, some fantastic sporting events here over the weekend. And yes, as you mentioned, starting with the wonderful opening ceremonies.
One ball and 2 strikes now on the York Simcoe batter here as Kiro trying to put up a 0 here and continue to have a 6-run lead. That one swung on. That's going to be a base hit for Ariel Roy, as she's able to get herself a single. And just what you want to do here for York Simcoe is get a base runner any way you can here as we're midway through this ball game.
You know what? That's actually Spittle. So she came in.
Right.
She came in to play second, but in the spot of Roy in the batting order. As I just saw the number 2 on the jersey. And that's a solid base hit by Spittle, her first bat of the game.
So a good way to get help your team on the offensive side there for Spittle. So now Maya Bondi, the batter. She'll take a strike early on.
So Vieira must still be in the game. We're going to have to find that number 3 jersey number on the defensive side of the diamond.
This one's hit down the right field line. It is going to drop for a base hit. It'll squeak past the right fielder, but luckily no damage, as yes, there's going to be a runner going to third base. Going to be a strong throw to third, but in there without a slide, there is Spitall, and so now runners on the corners on a bloop single there from Maya Bondi.
Great piece of hitting by Maya. Went with that pitch. What it was offering her, it was offering her right down the right field line. She'll drop it in. And the coach at third base was Colin Spitall right away. Spitall actually stopped at second, looked at the right fielder, and must have heard the coach and then started going again and got there just in time. Runners on the corner here. YSBA's got something cooking here.
Runner on the move from first, and there's now throw down. They're going to allow Bondi to move up the extra 90 feet. And now with nobody out, like you mentioned, Chris, things are cooking here for this York Simcoe team, down by 6.
And the right part of the order to do that, Jeremy, they all struck out in the second inning when they came up to bat. It was 3 up, 3 down for Curl on batters 8, 9, and 10 from the YSBA lineup. Now batters 8 and 9 safely aboard. Well, we have to remember Spitall came in the batting order for Roy, and Bondi gets on safely.
And so now Coward Brown up at the dish on the right-hand side. Swung on and missed just underneath that one there for a 2 balls and 1 strike count. Here in this bottom half of inning number 4. Pitch in, that one swung on and missed. Might have been jammed.
Nice pitch and good selection. Looked like it was just at the bottom end of the barrel where it went through the strike zone. I'm not quite sure how good the ladies are at bunting. I'd be tempted to maybe lay one here. Lay one down. Defense not expecting it. First baseman is very, very deep, and the third baseman is playing behind the bag. You lay one down here, you have a good chance of beating this out. Maybe a squeeze play, or maybe bases loaded with nobody out here. It might be an option. But like I said, not quite sure how Kara is with bunting. Only the manager knows that.
Yeah, I would do it if there wasn't 2 strikes, but with it being 2 strikes, I'd want to make sure that I get one through as it's 2 and 2.
Definitely less than 2 strikes is the time.
If that one misses, and now the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Big pitch here. Bullpen quiet for Toronto.
And if you're Brown, you're likely trying to look to squeak one maybe into the gap. There's a big hole on the pull side in the gap. As that one's in there for a strike 3 call.
Oh, that's a tough one to take. That is a tough call to take there.
So Brown will go down looking. That's the second time that she struck out in this game.
And my apologies. That was number 7. That was another player. That was Trista Appleby.
So both players have been into the game.
Yeah, so Trista's in for Kara Brown now in that batting spot, Jeremy. So that was her first at bat of the game.
And now back up at the top of the order now for Savannah Perry.
That was a tough pitch to take. It looked inside. Catcher doing a great job of trying to frame that pitch. Bloomis behind the dish.
Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Here with 1 out. Kira comes set. That one finds the top of the strike zone. Now quickly 1 and 2. Perry's looked at all 3 pitches so far in this at-bat. Now having to be on the defensive side and trying to find a spot where you can cash in a run here, with that runner on third only being 90 feet away. 1-2 curveball, strike 3 called again. So Kira going back to that off-speed pitch, and it's certainly been working for her. Strikeout number 9, I believe, on the day for her, Chris.
Yes, I believe that's correct. And the strikeout number 3 for the leadoff batter, Savannah Perry. So Savannah not having a good afternoon at the dish. 3 at-bats, 3 strikeouts.
Now 2 outs, an opportunity for Toronto to get out of the inning unscathed, as that first pitch misses down low to Logan Wells. As her last time up, she had a very productive at-bat, getting on base and ended up going to second as well.
And scoring. Ended up scoring at near the end of that third inning.
Next pitch in just misses upstairs. 2-0. the strike zone now. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, you're taking all the way there in that particular situation. At 2-0, at 2 out, you got runners on second and third. You're taking all the way on that pitch.
And so now the 2-1. This is high and upstairs, now 3-1.
Yeah, almost caught the top of the helmet. Logan had to peel away there a little bit. Big pitch here for Curl.
The 3-1. Will miss outside for ball 4. And for the first time since inning number 1, York Simcoe has the bases loaded.
Yeah, that's it. And that's the same kind of pitch that got Perry maybe a little bit closer to the strike zone, and she was rung up on that one. And here comes a little meeting at the mound here, and there's going to be a switching shortstop. The infield's being called in as well.
And it looks indeed like we're going to have some defensive changes, and it looks like we're going to have the right fielder move into the infield. The shortstop's going to leave the game.
Yeah, Bach's coming out. Zachariah is moving from second to short. Smolian's coming in from right field to play second. And here comes the new right fielder. Looks like Curl might stay in the game here.
Indeed, that is the case, but they just opted to make a few changes on the defensive side, so the new right fielder into the game is actually Ava Menezzi, so she's back into the game now here in right field. So a few defensive changes here for this Toronto team with 2 outs. Here in the bases loaded. First pitch misses high and upstairs, ball 1. Here to Paisley McKinley. And now it looks as though Toronto's going to finally get some bullpen action going right in front of our broadcast spot.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure on those 3 positional changes when they didn't make a change on the mound. That kind of confused me a little bit here. Bach out of the game now.
Swung on and missed, now 2 balls and 1 strike as Vivian Bach actually is warming up now right here in front of us in the bullpen. So
that makes sense then.
So it looks as though she's going to be maybe coming in to pitch next inning. As the next one misses now, 3 balls, 2 strikes and a full count. So runners will be in motion here on this pitch. So a big at bat here for McKinley. Kiro comes set.
Bach stops the warm-up to watch.
Hit on the ground. Third baseman's got it. Going to make the tag. No tag play made. They're safe at first base on the stretch. And a run will come in to score.
No, there won't be a run. They actually called the tag out going to third. There was no initial call there, and they let the play continue to first. That really surprised me, why they let the play to continue. Watch the tag here. Watch the umpire. So the umpire looked like she pointed to third to indicate out, but they let the play continue to first. I was very surprised they let the play continue. Nonetheless, the force out at 3.
So with the side retired, we will go to the top half of the 5th. You're watching the Ontario Summer Games baseball here on Rogers TV.
Hello, I am Rachel Burdan, and I am this week's guest on Pollinating Purpose.
Scott Navarro, a producer here at Rogers TV, and I just want to say thank you to all the volunteers that we have that put on our shows. Whether that's hosts in front of the camera or volunteers behind the scenes, we couldn't do it without you, so I just want to say thanks.
Today, I helped a senior find transportation to an important medical appointment.
Today, I helped a new mom find virtual programming so she didn't feel so isolated.
Today, I helped someone understand new government supports.
Every day, 211 navigators connect Canadians to critical government and community programs and services.
211. Help starts here.
Welcome back to the 2024 Ontario Summer Games here at Labatt Park, and we take a look at one of the light standards where an osprey has its nest, and it's been here at the ballpark for many, many years. And you can actually see that it's osprey's head moving just a little bit there, right in the middle of your screen. They're up in that nest, and that light fixture, they've actually put in a new set of lights up here at Labatt Park this year. So these are new lights, and they had to make sure that that nest did not move, as it's an environmental issue, obviously, with it being a habitat for that osprey. But nonetheless, that osprey still up there and certainly makes its entrance into many baseball games here at the park, as it's 8-2 in favor of this Toronto club. And looks as though Jayden Segert's still out there on the mound. Looks like she will continue her outing here, down by 6. Here in this 2024 Ontario Summer Games, OBA running a 16U female division and then the 13U division as well. That'll be, 15U. I apologize. It'll be the 15Us coming up at 7 o'clock here on Rogers TV. We will have that gold medal match as well, as we're about to get going here with inning number 5. And these two clubs here on the women's side, they both play in regular league play, so no surprise to see these two experienced teams here in a gold medal final in this Ontario Summer Games tournament. Throw down to second is made, and now the top half of the 5th will begin.
This will probably be Victoria Curl's last at bat. You would think Vivian Bach's coming into the mound after this half inning.
Well, we'll see what ends up taking place, as, like you mentioned, Bach was warming up here as that first pitch misses down and away for ball 1. It'll likely be Curl's last. She will be probably done pitching. We'll see whether or not she comes into the game defensively or just ends up being on the bench for the rest of the evening, as that one finds the strike zone. Now 1 ball and 1 strike.
1 for 2, scored in the 3rd inning. Part of that 3-run Toronto 3rd.
And she hammers that one right back up the middle, and that will be recorded as a single there for Victoria Curl.
Solid hit. Right back up through the box. No doubter there.
Just see the ball hit the ball, and that's exactly what she did on that play. Just hit it where it's pitched. Able to find a hole, and now finds herself on first base as Segert will step off and reset here with Alessia Ionella up at the plate.
Well, that hit her.
Indeed it did. It hit her on the leg, and so that will move Curl up to second base on the hit by pitch, and now Toronto has something cooking here against York Simcoe. And that brings up Ava Menzies. As that one's ripped to the second base, we're not able to make the play, and Carroll's going to make the turn at third and hold on. So the bases loaded here for Toronto with nobody out.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting, getting that ball in play. A little bit of trouble for Spittle at second base. Bases loaded here, nobody out.
So now Segert in a bit of a jam. No action in that bullpen for York Simcoe, as that first one swung on and missed into the backstop. Carroll's going to come in to score, and everybody moves up to 90 feet on the wild pitch thrown there by Segert.
Big inning here if you're YSBA. We are in the Mercy inning here. It's a 10 after 5. And Toronto right now 3 runs away from that margin with still YSBA to bat in this inning.
So the Mercy Run currently at the plate. And obviously with York Simcoe being the home team, they would get their opportunity to try to get some runs as well, as this one's on the ground to first. Tricky off and over the first baseman. That might score one run, maybe even two, as it's bobbled out here in right field. And 2 runs will indeed score, as the ball will go all the way to the mound, where Sagert will collect it. And so you can mark that down as a base hit. Therefore, Sarah Somani and 2 runs in to score. Now 11-2 in favor of Toronto.
Yeah, that part of the order doing some damage. Curls scored twice this game. Iannarella has scored once. Menzies has scored twice. Now you're coming up to a part of the lineup with Smolian and Turnbull. They've both scored twice already. Smolian on first base, and now Turnbull at the dish.
Sagert checks over towards Smolian over there at first base. Next pitch in is down low for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch is swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big at bat here for Sagert to try to get a strikeout and try to get an out recorded here with already 3 runs in here in this inning. Check over at first base, safe back in time. There's Milani. Here with 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here on Turnbull, fouled back and off the screen.
Beautiful park here in downtown London, Jeremy, for sure. She's a beauty.
No doubt about it. Obviously, during the summertime, the London Majors play here mainly on Friday nights here at the ballpark, and a lot of people use this facility. Obviously, the world's oldest baseball ground since 1877. On the London Tigers, formerly the Detroit Tigers AA affiliate, used to play here at this diamond.
Yep, 147th season. 150 will probably be a commemorative year. They'll probably do something big pitch there for a strikeout.
Indeed the case, as Sagert's able to get Turnbull on the swinging strikeout. 1 down here in this top half of 5th. Certainly lots of history. The City of London does put on tours here for this ballpark during the week if people want to come and tour this facility. It's got an old clubhouse behind the backstop, as it maybe looks like Sagert could be done here. Chris, there might be a pitching change.
Yeah, I think there is going to be a pitching change. I didn't see the bullpen warming up, although there would probably be a player that was ready on the field, I would imagine. It might be Bondi.
Yeah, it might be the case.
No, it's going to be McKinley, I think. Bondi's talking with McKinley. It'll be the shortstop, I believe.
Yes, and it looks like Sagert's going to stay into the game. So it's really just a defensive change. And indeed, that will be the case, as McKinley will come in to try to finish out this 5th inning. And so now McKinley will get some warm-up pitches as she'll try to get ready to go here in a pick her. And it looks as though Sagert might be coming over to play first base.
Yeah, we're talking about Labatt Memorial Park, the grandstand area behind the backstop. Kind of mirrors in some ways the Fergie Jenkins ballpark in Chatham, Ontario, right beside the Chatham Memorial Arena. That's a beautiful ballpark in itself there in Chatham as well, Fergie Jenkins ballpark.
It's home of the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, the newly into the IBL Barnstormers, and of course Fergie Jenkins actually played on this field here at Labatt Memorial Park out certain important time, came back post MLB career and pitched here on this diamond. So certainly lots of history here at this facility, and always a good crowd here, mainly on Friday nights for the majors, and obviously home of the Fanshawe Falcons, the Western Mustangs, the London Badgers also play games here. So this ballpark certainly used a lot, considering it is the world's oldest baseball grounds and it's 147 years of history.
Yeah, it's a beautiful setting too. If you haven't seen it, if you look at it from up top, the Thames River just beyond the left field fence and the tree line there, beautiful setting. Harris Park on the other side, which just finished hosting its annual July concerts.
And a steal attempt here already from this Toronto team, and in there safely.
Well, they know where they're sitting. They're one run away from being in the mercy zone, with YSBA still having it at bat at the bottom of the inning. Toronto wants to does not want to have this game go to 6 or 7. They want to end it in 5 if they can.
And that's exactly the strategy, to get the base runner going early. And now keep your eye, as that one's fouled off for a strike. Now 1-1. Off speed, that one's hitting the air, and that one will find the way into the outfield for a base hit. Making the turn at third and coming home is the runner. Throw coming in, cut off at by the pitcher, and the run will come in to score. Now make it 12-2.
Macedo, her third hit of the ball game. She came in to score back in the second inning. So she's 3 for 3 from the plate.
Now we are in that mercy zone now with 1 out. Here in this top half of the 5th inning, 4 runs have come in to score for this team from Toronto. As that first one misses outside for a ball 1-0. Macedo standing there on first base, with Keenan being the batter. That one misses high, now 2-0. Here in this gold medal match for the 16U girls division, they were able to get 6 teams to participate in this event, as that one finds a strike zone 2-1. Again, the 15U boys will be on here at 7 o'clock here on Rogers TV. They had 10 teams in their division, as the runner takes off for second base. Throw down, not in time. In there standing up is Macedo, and that will be a stolen base. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here for Paisley McKinney, the new arm. That one's popped up in the air. McKinley calling for it. And she'll make the out recorded, and now there's 2 out. McKinley made that look pretty routine, knowing that she just came off of being the shortstop, able to just grab that one on the pop out.
So I think we're going to have a switch here at the plate. In's going to be, I believe, Mary Rebello in for Ava Zachariah to bat here in the top of the 5th.
So with the Toronto team now being in that mercy spot, now Rebello will make her debut into the ball game. Again, wearing the number 4, batting from the right-hand side. And we'll see what she can do for her first at-bat here in this gold medal match. McKinley fires in at the bottom of the zone. That one just misses, ball 1. The 1-0 swung on and missed there from Rebello. Now 1-1. The 1-1 swung on and missed McKinley fires in a strike now, 1 ball, 2 strikes to see if McKinley and York Simcoe can get out of the inning here.
Yeah, good velocity on that last pitch from McKinley.
The 1-2. Again with the heat, fouled back right to the back of the backstop. Here McKinley just continued to fire that fastball. It seems like this Toronto, you got a new batter up at the plate, fresh into the game. Try to throw that heater and see if you can get her to swing and miss at it. McKinley comes set again. Goes off speed and gets her on the swing and miss. And so York Simcoe gets out of it, though they allow 4 runs and are down by 10 as we transition here to the bottom half of the 5th inning here, Chris, and a potential situation where we run into a mercy.
Yeah, they just need 1 run to keep it going, though. 1 run will force the top of the 6th if you're YSBA. In the heart of the order coming up, 4, 5, and 6. Sagert, Lemire, and we believe it's Vieira. We'll have to see. We believe Abigail is still in the game, but not playing the second base position. And we'll see who's going to come out to pitch here. It might be Victoria or Vivian Bach. We'll have to wait and see. It will be Bach. So number 10 coming up to the mound for Toronto.
Good job, Blue. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Or sorry, good job, Pink.
So Vivian Bach will be on the mound here in this situation. Up by 10, this is more of just a shutdown situation rather than it being a save and an opportunity to crown yourself with the gold medal here in this Summer Games. As Bach will finish her warm-up pitches again. 4, 5, and 6 up, as Chris mentioned, for YSBA. Here from Labatt Memorial Park here in downtown London. 2024 Ontario Summer Games on its final day of action, as lots of sporting events taking place all around London and surrounding area. Of course, Labatt Park just a few minutes away from downtown, as you can see it here in the skyline. Of course, right nearby Budweiser Gardens, home of the London Knights, as their season will soon be starting up in the month of September. September 20th, I've been told from the truck, as our first broadcast here on Rogers TV. So we're about to get underway here for this bottom half of the 5th, as Jaden Sagert will indeed step up into the batter's box here. Outfield backing up, playing no doubles defense now at this point in the game. And they've got the whole infield and outfield playing well back. First pitch in the air, not that deep. Shortstop back there to get it and record the out for the first out of the inning.
Not bad day at the plate for pitcher Jaden Sagert. She was 2 for 2 to that point, now 2 for 3. And pretty good job on the mound too for YSBA.
So will Vivian Bach able to get 1 out? Off speed, that one finds the strike zone now. 0-1 here to Rachel Lemire. She's had a good day at the plate as well for YSBA. Next one in again, finds the strike zone now quickly. 0-2.
Yeah, walked in the first, doubled in the second. Doubled in the third, my apologies.
Bach comes set, delivers the off speed. That one will miss upstairs. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hit on the ground. That'll sneak through the infield for a base hit. So Lemaire's hot streak continues up at the dish. So Abigail Vieira will indeed step up to the batter's box here. We saw Spidal take her spot last time, but Vieira is back in the game here up at the
No, Spidal actually took Ariel Roy's position. So
correct.
She took Vieira's spot on the diamond at second, Jeremy, but took Roy's position in the batting order. It was Spidal.
As that one finds the strike zone for a strike. Here, one out with a runner on first. There, Vieira at the dish. That one finds the inside corner now. 2 quick strikes as Bach works quickly.
And working well, by the way.
Again, Bach started the game as a shortstop. Now into the game to finish this job off. The curveball, that one just misses high. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
No runs allowed this inning for Toronto. Game over.
Runner in motion. Throw down to second base is not going to be in time. It's bobbled. And the runner's going to advance the extra 90 feet on the bobble by the second baseman. Throw to third, not in time.
Good heads up by Rachel Lemire. Going first to third on the errant throw from the catcher to second.
Second baseman and shortstop kind of got lackadaisical there on that throw down, and that allowed Lemire to go from second to third.
You got it, Viv.
But now if that run scores, we continue on. As the two misses high and away. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. And you wonder with the base open and 1 out, do you opt to put her on base here? 3-2 well in the dirt, but the runner's going to come home and easily score. So a wild pitch results in a run coming in. So Lemire will score a run, and now it is 12-13. So you can scratch the mercy here in this bottom half of the 5th inning, as Lemire was able to score on the wild pitch. So Vieira standing now at first base, and now Elena Ernst. As the runner goes in motion to second, into close play, and a safe at second as the second base umpire right there to call it. Looked as though Victoria Curo looked right back at the second base umpire to go, are you sure? But nonetheless, a stolen base. And now Yorsimko getting aggressive on the base paths.
Let's go to the replay here. Looked at the pitcher a long time and then decided to run. Oh wow,
I think they got her.
That is close.
Throw over here to first base is not in time. Runner coming home. Play at the plate, safe at the plate. So another run, and Dulup now, but Yorsimko has got themselves 2 runs here in this 5th inning. As Vieira is able to come all the way home on that throw to first, and Ernst in there at first base. And now that'll bring up Annabelle Spittle. As you'll take a look at this play one more time. As just a weird sequence as the ball went to first base, it was dropped, and then the runner ends up coming home. And then the plate easily able to get there on time as they throw over to first base to check on Ernst, and she's back in there safely. Now 12-4 your score as Yorsimko is chipped away here, scoring 2 runs. Bottom half of this 5th inning. Pitch from Bach. Misses upstairs, 1-0. Bach gets her sign, checks the runner at first. Ball in the dirt, good block there behind the plate, not allowing Ernst to advance the extra 90 feet. Is high and outside now, 3 balls and no strikes here on Spitall, and Vivian Bach allowing 2 runs here so far in this 5th inning and has another runner standing on first. 3-0. Finds the strike zone, now 3-1.
Good take there. Good take there. A close call, but good take. Had to take it in that situation.
It had the green light. And now the 3-1. Popped up in the air right towards first base. And making the catch there is Parker Turnbull to record the second out here in this bottom half of the 5th inning. And now that'll bring up Mia Bondi. And so Bondi trying to continue to chip away at this now 8-run deficit for York Simcoe as that first one misses high and upstairs, ball 1.
1 for 2 on the day for Mia. She struck out in the 2nd inning and had a single in the 4th. Stranded at 2nd.
The 1-0 misses again upstairs, 2-0 now. Bach gets her sign. Throws it in. That one's swung on and missed. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. Ernst the runner here on first base. Next one high, goes off the catcher's glove. Ernst didn't quite see that the catch was not made and still standing there on first. And now 3-1 the count. Bach comes set. Tries to go off speed, finds the strike zone, now 3-2. Runner in motion, and that one will be called a ball 4. So Ernst will move up to second base, and Spitall will go to first base on the base on balls.
YSBA, no quit in this roster. Needed 1 run to keep the game going. Has 2 across the plate so far. Runners on first and second here with 2 out.
Now with a runner in scoring position now for Cara Brown. First pitch swung on and missed by Brown.
I think this is, remember, this is Trista Appleby, I believe. Correct. Came in for Cara last time. Struck out in the 4th inning.
So Appleby at the plate. As that one's hit on the ground. Second baseman there throws to first in plenty of time to record the putout. And that will do it for the bottom of the 5th. We're through 5 here at Labatt Park. You're watching the 2024 Ontario Summer Games here on Rogers TV.
Thursday.
In the family with addiction, the person with the addiction becomes front, center all the time.
Addiction and substance use affects all the layers of our society.
Everything was about trying to out him and fix him, and I was just done.
I always felt kind of different. I never felt the same as other people.
Join addictions counselor Dean Anderson for Invisible, Breaking Through the Stigma of Addiction on Rogers TV.
I walk for my partner who is on dialysis.
I walk in memory of my dad.
I walk for all those waiting for a kidney transplant.
I walk because I live with kidney disease. When you participate in the Kidney Walk or support someone who does, you're taking steps and providing hope to thousands of Canadians living with kidney disease. Behind every step, there's someone we walk for.
Who will you be walking for?
Who will you be walking for? Who will you be walking for?
Register or donate at kidneywalk.ca.
Welcome back to the 2024 Ontario Summer Games. We're live here at Labatt Memorial Park here in London, Ontario. The Toronto team against this YSBA club. Toronto has a 12-4 lead after YSBA was able to put up 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th to keep this game going. And Paisley McKinley continues to be out on the mound. She came in relief of Jaden Saggart, as McKinley will look to try to get a quick 3 up, 3 down here in this top half of the 6th. Again, reminds you of the mercy rule. It is 10 after 5. So 10 runs after 5 innings, and currently Toronto up by 8. So if Toronto were to get another 2 runs here in this inning and YSBA not able to put up any runs in the bottom half, the game would be over. But we saw in that bottom half of the 5th inning, Chris, then you mentioned it, that this YSBA team shows no quit.
No, absolutely not. And you're still in this game until the final out. And head to the top of the 6th. See if Toronto can put up a couple here. YSBA obviously trying to shut them down and keep chipping away.
As they do the throw down to second base. So Elena Bluma is the top of the order for this Toronto team. Will come up, and Bluma struck out her last time out of the plate. She's in to face Paisley McKinley. McKinley comes set. Fires at the bottom of the zone, misses for a ball, 1-0. So McKinley will get her sign and deliver. Hit on the ground to the third baseman. Good pick over there. Long throw over and plenty of time. Get the out. Strong throw there by the third baseman.
Yeah, good play there by Perry. Scoops it up, sets, fires, corner to corner, makes the first out.
And now that'll bring up Vivian Bach, who now is into the game as the pitcher for this Toronto club. First pitch misses high and upstairs. 1-0. 12 runs, 15 hits for Toronto, 4 runs, 8 hits for this YSBA team is the next one. Deflects, I believe that hit McKinley.
Yeah, right off the tip of her glove and right up the gut for a base hit.
As a comebacker right up the middle, not exactly what you want to see, as McKinley looks to be okay. As you can see there, Bach is checking in on McKinley, making sure she's all good. Says that she is, and so now you gotta imagine that if you're Toronto, you're gonna be aggressive on the base path here again, being up by 8 and wanting to get back into that mercy category. And you can tell
there's
by
a
that
replay.
lead.
Yeah, there's a replay there. You saw it right off the tip of the glove of McKinley and over to the shortstop for no play.
McKinley checks over towards Bach. Bach gets back in time. First pitch into Victoria Curo, misses down and away for ball 1. And I imagine that Bach's going to be in motion here at some point. And there she goes, got a great lead. Throw to second base is not going to be in time, as well ahead there was Bach. Got a great jump from first base.
1-1 to count here, 1 out. 1's across the board here, top of the 6th. Toronto up 12-4.
Now they have a runner in scoring position. Next pitch in misses, now 2 balls and 1 strike. That next one misses again upstairs, and that one goes behind McKinley. And shortstop, and that's going to end up being ball 4, actually.
I'm not sure that count was right, was it?
The board had, you're going off the board, but nonetheless, it's a walk. And now the first pitch in there is a strike called. Here now to Alicia Iannello as Curro now stands over here at first base. Is that what pitches misses high upstairs now? 1 ball, 1 strike. Now you have Bach over at second base, runner in scoring position for Toronto, here with 1 out. The 1-1. Upstairs now 2-1. McKinley steps off, checks back towards Bach as she had an aggressive lead there at second base. Ball in the dirt now, 3-1. Runner in motion, throw down.
Both of them went, yeah.
And not in time at third, and standing up is Carroll over at second, so the double steal, the delayed double steal again for this Toronto team, and now runners second and third, 1 out. 3 balls, 1 strike. McKinley delivers. Finds the strike zone, now it's full, 3-2.
Big spot for Iannarella here. Base hit, might score 2 and put the Mercy back in play.
Here is the 3-2. On the ground to the first baseman, tricky play, and it goes under the glove. 1 run scores. They're going to hold Carroll over at third. And now it is back up to being 13-4 in favor of Toronto.
Yeah, Iannarella 2 for 3 with a walk in this ball game. He scored in the 5th.
All right, Ava, let's go.
Menzies coming up now. She's 2 for 3. Scored in the 2nd, scored in the 5th.
Runner in motion here on the first pitch. A swung on and missed for a strike. And Iannello will move up to second base. Next pitch from McKinley misses high and upstairs. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. One misses upstairs. That now should be 2 balls and 1 strike. It's on way upstairs.
Somebody check for the score. Wellness check over there.
Yeah, this should be 3-1, I believe, not 2-1. It's on the scoreboard. I think it's 3-1.
Next one is popped up into the air. Calling it is the pitcher McKinley, and she makes the catch to record the 2nd out. And now they're 1 out away from getting out of the inning, only allowing a run. And if they get that 3rd out, they will continue regardless, only down by 9.
Sarah Smolian now up at the dish. She's been really hot today. 3 for 3 and 3 runs scored here for Toronto.
It's one of Toronto's better hitters now up at the plate.